Nick's development was a lot better in the second half of the Power Rangers Mystic Force debut, Broken Spell. It makes me wonder, rewatching, if his development might have been underrated. Nick and Madison is actually teased, something I vaguely remember, but is actually good to see set up for later episodes. There's discussion of Nick's grandparents being in Briarwood. Madison asks if he has no parents, and then Nick gives lineage to his whole family. The backstory is interesting and pays off by the end of the show, albeit I'm unsure if, spoiler alert, it makes sense given how some of his parents are magical but others aren't. Basically becomes Gal in the end and becomes a family man. Happy ending. Would have been better teased in the first episode, which hurts the first episode since it wasn't covered. As the two-part devote, it works really well, adding a bit of mystery, which is a bit lost rewatching the series, unfortunately. And then the second episode or half gives hints, even more hints than the first episode, as to Nick's character. The Nick not doing the magic thing, however, is forced. I get that as a rejection of the call phase of the hero's journey, but the establishment of the character is poor for us to care about what he does. Then again, this is a Super Sentai adaptation, or Power Rangers, which is significantly about tropes and pop culture references to begin with, and does that. Nick's wanting to save the old man and his brother sort of isn't done well. He wants to help people then, but he doesn't want to help people later. And instead of seeming like a tough guy, he just seems like inconsistent and poorly written. There's also a bit of a plot hole that Udano won't help Claire, previously mentioned. Claire was also wondered why Nick wasn't chosen to be a ranger, which sort of doesn't make sense. I don't really see Udana's setup. The end was really good for Nick in addition. Nick not wanting to conform could have been a really deeper theme, but instead, it's a kid show, so just didn't want to work at the store. Teen, angsty guy, not do menial work, do stuff he likes. It's an 80s action hero type trope, and it works well. He doesn't say anything offensive either, which could have really hurt his character and his likability, and just be incredible as a character for audiences to enjoy. But he's not whitewashed either, like the first two series of Neo Saban. He's also a Jimi Hendrix fan, a really cool reference in a Power Rangers show that's pretty underrated actually. What do I think about the Power Rangers Mystic Force rangering up at the end of Broken Spell, the first episode, after 10 years? I originally thought this fight scene didn't add much to the show and was unnecessarily original fight footage from the crew. I take that statement back 10 years later. The fight scene is quite satisfying with its original footage, and original characters doing what the actors would portray. We finally see the Rangers as Rangers in Ranger uniforms. Cheesy fight mocks, classic Power Rangers fighting talk. I don't know if they still reference the wands as magic staffs later on or change it later. And it doesn't really bother me, just a note. It's a really satisfying fight scene. Nick using the soccer ball, however, is really out of place, especially if you've seen the Magic Ranger footage. Connor was an angsty teen that liked soccer. I understand not being too repetitive after only 2 seasons, but I don't see why the fight scene with Nick and the soccer ball came off as so lame and poorly produced. They could have made him part soccer person, or written the dialogue better, or just omitted the soccer footage. They already filmed the original footage and could film more later. It bothered me a lot more after being a Magic Ranger fan 10 years ago, but 10 years later it's okay. Not annoyed, just a bit weird and out of place to me now. Probably done for budgetary issues or mishaps.